Good morning students. In this video we are going to discuss in details about Introduction to Macroeconomics from chapter 1. In this video we shall be looking at the concepts are Introduction about Macroeconomics and its meaning, then macroeconomic concepts, then we shall come to importance of macroeconomics and its scope. At the end we are discussing the functions of macroeconomics. Okay students, let's begin from the introduction part. The subject economics is classified into two branches, namely microeconomics and macroeconomics. Ragnar Frisch, a Norwegian economist, coined the word micro and macro in the year 1931. The word micro means small and macro means large. Macroeconomics in its modern form began with John Maynard Keynes. He is the father of modern macroeconomics. The meaning of macroeconomics. The word macro derived from the Greek word makros, meaning large. Macroeconomics is a branch of economics that studies the economy as a whole, not just individual market and industries. It looks at how things like unemployment, inflation, GDP affects the lives of people in a country and how different sectors in an economy interact and influence each other. Macroeconomics can be applied to any country, any region or group of countries. It deals with aggregates such as national income, employment and output. It is also known as income theory. If we talk about the macroeconomic concepts, the subject matter covered in macroeconomics are the areas such as employment, national income, inflation, business cycle, poverty, inequality, disparity, investment and savings, capital formation, infrastructure development, international trade, balance of trade and balance of payments, exchange rate and economic growth. Let's proceed to the importance of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is important because it helps us understand how the global economy works. It also helps us understand how to make decisions that will benefit not only our country but also the world. Macroeconomic environment is constantly changing and it's important to stay up to date with what's happening on the global stage. First point here is to understand the functioning of an economy. Here, there is a need to understand the functioning of an economy at the aggregate level to evolve suitable strategies. The next point is to solve the basic problems prevailing in an economy. So, it will helpful to solve the basic problem prevailing in an economy by understanding an economy as a whole. So, third point is understanding the future problem. So, understanding the future problems, needs and challenges of an economy as a whole is important to evolve precautionary measures to avoid economic crisis. So, it is important to understand macroeconomics because it can help to predict what might happen in the future and how we can act accordingly. Importance for introducing a macro outlook of an economy helps us to make better decisions for our country and for everyone else in the world. Then scope of macroeconomics. The first one is the concept and measurement of national income. So what does national income means? It means the total money value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a particular period of time. So what is covered in national income? The concept of national income and how do you measure it is something which has come in as part of macroeconomics. It provides a long-term understanding of a growth process of an economy. Then inflation. So inflation refers to steady increase in general price level. Macroeconomics study about how the general price is determined and explain fluctuations in general price. So rising general price create inflation and falling general price create deflation. So general price is very important because it creates inflation and deflation, which is studied under macroeconomics. Then the next one is business cycle. Study of business cycle is also a part of macroeconomics. Almost all economics face the problem of business fluctuations and business cycle. So the cyclical movement in the economy needs to be carefully studied based on aggregate economic variables. The next one is poverty and unemployment. So poverty means lack of adequate financial resources. So unemployment means someone is willing and able to work but doesn't have a paid job. So here, how do you achieve or how do you calculate what is employment meant for the country's perspective? When the people are underemployed, when they are overemployed, or is this kind of discussed unemployment? All these concepts we will study as a part of macroeconomics. It facilitates allocation of resources and initiating corrective measures. The next part is economic growth. So it explains the causes of underdevelopment and it also suggests strategies to increase the growth and development of an economy. The final one is economic policies. So it is important for evolving suitable economic policies. Economic policies are necessary to solve the basic problems, to overcome obstacles and to achieve growth. So this is all about the scope of macroeconomics. So the final concept we are going to discuss is the functioning of an economy. So before we enter into this concept, we have to know the definition of economy, right? So economy, according to A.J. Brown, a system by which people earn their living, that is economy. So here you can see the chart, functioning of an economy based on activities. So in an economy, the fundamental economy activities are production and consumption. So here you can see the production activity and consumption activity. So these two activities are supported by several other activities. So let me see the supporting activities, right? So the ultimate aim of these activities is to achieve growth. The exchange activity supports the production and consumption activity, and these activities are influenced by several economic and non-economic activities. The major economic activities include transportation, banking, advertising, planning, government policy and others. The major non-economic activities are environment, health, education, entertainment, governance, regulation and etc. So in addition to these supporting activities, external activities from other economies such as import, export, international relations, emigration, immigration, foreign investment, foreign exchange earnings, etc. also influence the entire functioning of an economy. So these are all about macroeconomics. I hope you all understand the concepts that we discussed so far. So thank you, students.